I think we should play a game. A very easy game, short, to the point. And the game has one rule. And the rule is you have to answer a question. One question. So one game, one rule, one question. But you have to answer it. To yourself, you don't have to say it to anyone. But if you want to play the game, that's the rule. So the game question is, what would you like to have written on your tombstone? Of course, there's nothing original about it. This has been done and played before and talked about before. I'm just playing a classical game with you. It may be a tombstone, it may be a death cross, it may be, your ashes in an urn, whatever. I'm just using tombstone as an example. So what would you like to have written? You can only do one sentence. Maybe a phrase or two at the most. So keep it short and simple and focused. So let's say somebody is visiting your grave, and then they can see your name, date of birth, date of death, and there it says, here lies so and so, who, and then you insert your answer. Who achieved this in life, for example. Let's say, here lies a strong, independent woman. I wouldn't want that on anybody's grave. Here lies the employee of the month. That's just stupid. Here lies a workaholic who spent all their lives working and forgetting how to live, chasing promotions, chasing career. I wouldn't want that written. Not that it's not important in life, but here lies somebody who had a lot of dreams and let the dreams die. Here lies a sad soul. I don't want that written on my grave. Do you? Here lies somebody who had grandiose plans for their lives and achieved nothing because they buried their dreams, because they wanted to be realistic. Stop dreaming. Be realistic. Well, you stop dreaming then. The moment you stop dreaming, you start dying. That's what I believe. So what is it? I'm curious. I mean, sure, you might say you don't want anything written, but if it was something, what would it be? And the purpose is to keep you focused on the most important thing in life, whichever that is for you. You might say, well, here lies a humble person, a husband, a wife, mother, a father, who did their best. That's not bad. It's still pretty generic, but it's still okay. It's still closer. I would like, and now I'm actually preparing the idea because I don't have it in my head. I would like to have written on my grave something of the sorts of, he lived his short life with passion. And that's it. That's it. He lived his life with passion. That's it. Now you may add a few ideas. He lived his life with passion, did what he wanted to do, accomplished all his written goals, and died without regrets. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That's something to strive for, to work towards. So you don't have to answer me, you don't have to answer to anybody. But if you are going to keep your promise, because you gave me your word by watching this video, that you would play this game, then maybe when you find a moment of solitude, of silence, you can ask yourself this question and find an honest answer. And if the answer is not what you're looking for, how about you do something about it? How about you change that? Some of you will have amazing answers, and I salute you. Some will have terrible answers, full of regrets, and I salute you as well. No matter how we play this game of life, we all end up in the same place. You can lose the game of life even if you play perfectly, but the main goal would be to die without regrets. I regret nothing, said only a few people. So maybe there are ways to reprioritize our life so that we get back on track to what is most important for us, so that when the time comes, and if we're lucky enough to have a peaceful death and we have an opportunity to say goodbye to our loved ones, we would be happy. I don't know if happy is the right word. We would be at peace with the idea that, you know what, I've lived my life the best I could. I did my best to constantly become a better human being. I lived with passion. I've checked all my bucket list. I've helped others and strive to be the best version of myself that I can be, and I have no regrets. This is a limited physical life, and we're all going back home. But at least I gave my best. I don't want to have written on my tombstone about my IT certifications, which are very important to a degree, about my work experience, about my whatever. That all goes away. That all goes away. And when we are presented with the imminent passing to non-physicality, death, then we may have a glimpse of how a clear mind would function. And then we might say, well, I wish I took better care of my health. That's something somebody actually said before they died. I wish I took care of myself better. I wish I lived and hiked that mountain and asked that girl out, or did what I was afraid to do, regardless of the outcome. Of course, no, you don't have to jump in front of a moving train if you're afraid of it. Anything that will be done in a safe manner, but you're afraid of it. So you do that. I should do that. We should do that. And then we will transition with less struggling, less suffering, no suffering maybe. And we'll go back home, and then we'll say, well, how was it? It was awesome. It was awesome. You have to go back and try it. Go there and try it. Man, what a beautiful experience. I lived, I was a child, I grew up, became an adult. I had my heart broken, I suffered from relationships. Eventually I found somebody. I had a job that I thought is important. Career. A career. I realized it's not that important when you draw the line. I lived with passion. I explored the world to the best that I was able to afford and capable of doing. I've helped others, I've helped myself. I've learned to love myself and love others. I gathered all this mixed bag of experiences. I left the place better than I found it. And now I'm back home, here. So, shall we do it again? I think it's too early for me to answer that. But at least this game, by being true to yourself, us being true to ourselves, can help us and bring us back on track instead of allowing this robotic motion of work, sleep, 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 get old and die. Maybe life can be better. Maybe we can find other ways to live. Maybe we can work in a place that we love. So we're no longer working. We're enjoying life while having a specific job that will bring us an income. I'm not saying let's all run, to the hills and live in the mountains and eat blueberries, whatever. I'm saying maybe there are ways we can work and have fun. And if we have fun, we're not really working. Although we are, there's a lot of time invested there and effort, but when you're doing something with passion and you have fun, it's just, that's not work. That's not work in the classical sense. And some say, oh, it's impossible, you have to do this, you have to suffer, you have to work, you have to be a slave to a corporation in order to afford a 25-year mortgage on a house. Well, that sounds like a worthy lifelong goal. Yeah, it really does. For some, I'm sure. So the key element here is passion. Let's focus on passion. Let's find what we are passionate about and do the best we can to earn a living out of that. How about that? Oh, but you cannot, it's impossible. All the negativity comes in and I don't care. I don't care. It is possible. Many people are doing it. Maybe you're one of those who are doing it. Or maybe you're in the process of doing it. Equal. But do you realize that we, as we become adults, if we don't choose to invest our life in what we're passionate about, then we end up in a place of work where we count down the hours until we go home. We count down the days until the weekend, and we waste our life, and we have our soul being sucked out of our essence in order to pay a mortgage. Nothing wrong. Of course, we cannot afford it. The prices are pretty high, so we have to find the sacrifice. But if we're going to make these sacrifices, how about we do it in a way that we are passionate about? So we don't have to look at the clock. We won't have to say, oh, it's Monday again. Oh, dramatic, you throw in the towel. It's Monday again. So what if it's Monday again? I don't care what day it is. What's wrong with Monday? Monday is just a day. It doesn't even exist. It's just a name we gave days. But there's nothing wrong with Monday. Really, there's nothing wrong with Monday. Unless we live a life that makes it look like Monday is a horrible place. Oh, Monday. I can't wait for Friday. Why? You can't wait for Friday, so you want to skip the next few days of your life just to find yourself there, like you're skipping forward on a movie. But that's your lifespan that you're skipping. So maybe sleep on it. Maybe Maybe even share your ideas. I would love to find inspiration in your ideas about what would you like to have written on your grave after you die. I would love that, because I could get inspired. You can inspire others with your ideas, right? You might find yourself walking in nature, holding a mobile phone, shooting a video, and your idea could inspire others. And that's awesome. That's so awesome. You can change people's life with your ideas. So if you're honest with yourself, if you want to accept the fact that, okay, maybe there's more that I can do with my life, and this is what I would like to have done, and you share that with the world, you might help people that you don't even know exist. You might change somebody's life with the fact that you took responsibility and were honest with yourself about your life. So don't hold back. Don't try to avoid, I don't have time, next time, tomorrow, I'm busy, whatever. And then months, years go by, and then you grow old, and you're sick, and you're full of regrets, and you die suffering. How about that? Huh? I'm looking forward for your ideas.